So in this video we're going to look at a setup on T-side of Overpass, which allows you to execute from either site, onto either site from the same sort of setup, and it can also allow you to execute onto both sites at the same time, so you can throw the smokes onto both, fake out that you're going to one of the sites but actually go to the other one, and it makes it very difficult for the CTs to understand and work out which site you're going to, and you can really confuse rotations. So the positions that you want to get to be able to do this setup is that you want to have one person out onto A long. You want to be able to get someone in towards the toilets area near A long so that they can also throw a smoke from there. You're going to want someone just outside of like the party area of toilets area around here. You're going to want to get someone into sewers, and depending on the strat you'll have someone in monster or towards A, depending on which site you want to go to. So obviously you just have to run your default. Perhaps I'll make another video in the future about how to do a default on Overpass, but if you just run your default and get into those positions, clearing out as many as possible and leaving the amount of smokes and molotovs it will need available, which I'll show in the later part of this video. So the whole idea of the strat is by getting connector control you can easily rotate between going towards the A site or B site, especially since the smokes that you do are fairly close to be able to go to A or B, so you can quickly just come up the ramp here. And we'll look at the smokes in a minute, but you throw one towards here on B. This is one of them that you throw, and another one that you throw from B is from up here. So it's very easy to throw those two smokes, have two people towards long or three people towards long to throw smokes as well, and then this player can easily just get towards A quickly, and the player who's down towards sewer can quickly just run up and lurk in behind or help with the attack as well. So first of all, look at the B execute. So the first smoke is from here. You need to wedge yourself in here next to the chair, and if you take this line here and if you say this is the start, this is halfway, and this is all the way, then you want to take it about quarter of the way down and throw from there. So that'll land here, and then the next one is from the sewers position, so you need to come in towards here. If you look at this line, it's darker in this spot here that I'm circling now, so if you aim it there and just throw, and that'll land like that. And then the idea is that the bomb planter can just come up in towards the smokes and just plant without being spotted. Obviously they can spam through, and so that's why we have some molotovs to throw. So the first one is from this position here, so it's the same guy who throws the smoke can throw this one. He throws the molotov towards the sandbags, the barrels even. So he throws that one, and someone who's running through, maybe the guy through the other smoke, can just come through here, and you can just throw a molotov just towards the pit position here, so that anyone who's peeking here will get hit by that molotov. So you can also use some flashbangs to go in. A good one is just throw it in the same position that you threw the smoke. So if you throw the smoke and then wait for it to explode and then throw the flash, obviously they won't be able to see the flash coming in if you've thrown it in the same position as the smoke, because they won't be able to see through it if it's coming in like this. So it's going to pop there and they won't be able to see that. Also, in terms of flashes, you just need to be careful because you're pushing up short, so it's quite difficult to throw sort of safe flashes that can be thrown and won't blind you but will blind the enemy, so it's quite difficult to do that. Just be wary of what flashes you guys throw. And so also in this setup you're going to have 4 people. You can have 4 going up short, or you could have the guy who throws this smoke run around and go monster, so you can have 3 short on 2 monster. But whoever's going monster, he may be by himself, so you might just want to come in towards this corner here, throw a flash over, so you can just do it like that, and that'll pop like that. It's quite difficult to spot coming over. So if he throws that and he just pushes through, he'll have to check this corner here and this close one here. Barrels should be mollied off, so you won't have to worry about that. So those are the 2 positions you need to check for. So it might be good to have 2 people pushing through here, just to make sure that you can trade any kills if anyone's down in this area. So now we're going to look at the A execute. So there's 2 different options you can do. Either you can do a close like sort of wall of smoke, so that you have smokes there, there and there, and then you just come in and plant the bomb here, fall back and play after plant or you can do deeper smokes to try and get control of the site a bit more, so you can have post-plant positions like here, someone maybe towards bank, behind the van here as well. So if you want to do that, you can put smokes here and here, which obviously use less smoke, so maybe if you needed to use a smoke for getting map control, then maybe you could do this one instead. So we'll look at the short ones first. So the first smoke is from here, so you just come in towards this position here. Obviously you need to get toilet control, so you just come here towards the chair, and you take the dude's head and you just aim it and throw it. And that should bounce off there and land like that. Sometimes it will bounce and land underneath here, but it should still be fine. No one will be able to see over it. So that's the first one. And then the next two are from the long position. So obviously you need to get players out long in your default. So the first one is from here. So you take this line here and you go to the edge of it. And then you take your crosshair and you can see there's a dot here. And you just do a jump throw here. Jump throw bind from here. And it should bounce off the top of this this pillar thing and then land like that. And then the last one is from here, where you need to come up towards this like position here, and you'll see this texture here on the ground where there's like a dark line that like curls around like this. So you just need to stand on that, and you take your crosshair and place it here on this light pole, and then you throw here. And that'll land like that. So you've got smoke there, you've got smoke there, you've got smoke there, and then you plant in this position here. With that, you need to Molotov off towards this corner here, because there could be a player hiding here, or pre-fire it as you come around. So you need to be careful of someone in this position here. And then so we'll look at the deeper smoke. So the first one for that is from this position in here. So you come in and you need to wedge yourself into the corner of here, like that. And then what you do is take your crosshair and place it in the middle of the sea like this, so you do a jump throw, and that should land towards the bank. I believe it's a running jump throw, maybe I messed that one up. Let's quickly make sure. It's probably a running jump throw. Yeah. So you do the running jump throw and it'll land like that. And then the next one is from long again, and it's in the same position as the other smoke. So you come in here and you line yourself up on the line like that. But this time you take your crosshair, and there's like a darker area of this line here. So you come across, there's a dark area there, but then there's a much more darker one here. And you do jump throw if you aim at this point here. And then that'll land like that. With this, when you do these deeper smokes, you'll definitely need mollies to clear out a lot of the positions, like towards the truck, not only close but also behind it. Try and molly out anyone who's in this corner here. Don't have to worry about someone here, you just want to pre-fire it as you come around perhaps, because they can't really hide and then peek out. It's quite difficult for them to do that, but you want to Molotov this one off, Molotov off here, try Molotov off here. Be careful of anyone who's on site and those sort of positions. Make sure you wrap together on the site. With flashbangs as well, with these executes, again, it's quite difficult to throw ones that don't blind your team as well. But I'd perhaps just say throw them, with the long players especially, what you can do is just throw them off towards this direction and push around so that they don't flash you, but anyone who's looking towards long will get flashed. So you can push, throw the flash, have them up like here, and even if you're facing away you won't get flashed by them, but anyone who's towards the site will get flashed by anything up there. But from this position here, there aren't really too many you can do. You just need to be careful of anyone who's throwing flashes up there on the team, so make sure that you come to these positions here and not get flashed by them. So I just want to go through the sort of potential that this strat has. So let's say you've done your default and you've got one person out towards monster, you've got one in sewers area, you've got one towards toilets, and you've got or one towards this like top area of party, one in the toilets area and one out towards long. Then what you can do, for example, is say you want to hit the A site, you can have the person who's out here throw his smoke from this position. So he comes here, throws his smoke, the guy towards sewer throws his smoke as well, throws the Molotov, throws some flashes over as well. And that to me looks like a fairly decent execute onto a site. Like if I saw that as a CT, I would just call that that an execute's going on. Obviously you haven't seen the bomb, but it may pull like a rotation over early. And so with that, you throw those smokes, and then the sewer player can just push out and pretend that he's actually executing onto site. So he'll fully commit. He'll throw a smoke there, throw a molly close maybe, and he'll actually push up and he'll like pre-fire positions and spam through smokes. Actually make it look like he's doing stuff, throw flashes like that. Actually push up, try and get kills and bait the CTs into thinking that there's an execute onto this site. And whilst all that's happening, this player who's thrown this smoke here can actually fall back towards the B site, and then what you can do is you can then, like 5 seconds later, execute onto the A. So you've got the player in toilets can just quickly run back to here, set up in this position here, throw his smoke towards bank, have this player here, throw his towards the bin area, so he just comes here and throws that one, and within like the space of 5 seconds you can already be throwing your smokes onto A and already rushing up and clearing out the site. And if you've done your execute onto B and you've got a player pushing up here, if they've got a player who's towards the ramp area here, towards the bin, if they're in this position here and they hear that their teammates are calling that there's an execute going on, you know, they haven't seen the bomb, but there is an execute going on, then they might hesitate and actually fall back a little bit. Say if they're at the truck as well, if they're in this position here, and the players on B can see a full execute going on, they might rotate back, and then throwing the smoke here would block them off from being able to get back onto the site, and that would give you sort of an easy plant, and maybe that only leaves one player on the A site now. So that's sort of the potential that you can do. It works both ways, so you can do it for the A site and then go B as well. So this strat is sort of based off the nip execute video that I did about how they can set up outside towards A on cobble, and they can throw smokes towards B, but then still go A, and then they can also just throw smokes from this area towards A as well. So it makes it very easy to fake out the CTs by being able to throw smokes from this position and then easily rotate down towards B or go A. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, perhaps give it a like, and if you like this sort of content then subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.